Action. Hello, everyone. I'm like, oh, I'm sliding into home base. I have had more than a cup of coffee today, so that's good. That's good. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nancy Rebecca. I've been hearing from a lot of you over the past several days, really enjoying the interviews, podcasts that I've been on. I've been having loads of fun and really getting to talk about all kinds of wild things. But if you're new to my channel, I've been working as a clairvoyant psychic healer for 30 years. I teach intuitive and psychic development. And what else? Oh, I'm a registered nurse. And so I really love to include the health of the body during this great time of change. So that's really where I'm going to bring you all back to. No matter how many blue light beings we have, no matter how many ascension symptoms we have, no matter how expansive and DNA and all kinds of good stuff, light codes, no matter what, none of that's going to do us any good if we can't bring the light into our bodies. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today, about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. But before that, I do want to mention that probably about, I would say 3 or 4 months ago, I sent out a poll to my mailing list because I wanted to see what really interests you all right now. What is it that you really wish to learn, what you wish to know? And the number one thing at the top, and thank you so much for all of you who really took the time to fill that out. I really enjoyed thoroughly reading every one of them. But at the top of the list was, you want to learn how to communicate with your higher self. Now, we've got the anxiety and the depression and the panic attacks and the just threadbare, I can't take it anymore stress. We have all of that. But one of the things that you'll kind of grow to know about me is I'm all about empowering you to be able to start getting your own information. And that really does come from knowing your higher self. So in the link below, I have a free workshop over 3 days called Calm, Clear, Spirit Led. So I'm going to help you bring peace to the body, how to learn how to begin communicating with your higher self. And then the other thing that people want to know is, do I have guides and angels? Yes, you do. And on day 3, I'm going to teach you how to connect with your own spirit guide. So make sure that you click, it's free. So click on the link below and get registered. So here we go. So I just want to say hello to everybody. I was really, I get a chance to watch all of you coming on and when you make comments. So hello from Germany. I love this Jenna Burr from Nelson, BC. We're a little Burr here as well. Hi, Elsa. I love that tea ready. Let's see here from the UK. Hello from Colorado. Hello from the Netherlands. I've been getting a lot of you from Sweden too. From Malta. Hello from Texas. Manchester, UK, Maryland. Sorry. Atlanta, Amsterdam. Portugal, Nova Scotia. We truly have an international community. And speaking of international community, we've had a lot of people registering for this free workshop. And I noticed that the international community from Europe, Eastern Europe, from Spain, from Africa, the continent of Africa, from South America, from Asia, we're getting a lot of you registering for that. And that's kind of a new thing where usually it was America and Canada. So we're getting a true global community. And I can't be more thrilled about that. All right. So let's do this deep dive into getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so, how did this kind of get initiated? Well, can you feel it? Can you feel the collective energy right now? It's thick, it's pulsing, it's shifting, it's unfamiliar territory. We're being asked to do something very, very brave, and that's to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Pluto has just gone direct in Aquarius, and when Pluto moves, everything buried in the underworld begins to rise. So, what do I mean by the underworld? Well, it could be the mythical, mystical, magical underworld that, yes, truly exists. But we're talking about your underworld. Like, what's under the hood of your car? Like, what's the real engine that might be gunked up with a lot of oil and a lot of short circuitry? What is under the hood of your car? What's underneath the blanket on your bed? Like, what's underneath? And I've made a video that's called What's the Story Behind the Story Behind the Story Behind the Story? And it's not like in this awakening process, we just get to snap our fingers and all of a sudden we're going to be flying and everybody's going to be happy, happy, joy, joy. It's like, nope. As I've been saying in the last several weeks, we're really going through a purging, but we're given all that we need to help that purge. But today we're going to be doing a lot more. I always follow it up with a great meditation. So if you're new to my channel, I hope that you will be able to make time to hang out with me till the end and let me guide you into a healing. All right, so it's like the moment spring ice cracks. It's loud, it's unnerving, and it's magnificent all at the same time. And what's been frozen beneath the surface of the ice is your power, your truth, also a little suppressed emotion, and now it all begins to move again. As the sun slides into Scorpio and Neptune continues its retrograde dance through Pisces, we're entering an oceanic realm of deep feeling and deep revelation. Scorpios, they love to go deep. They love to go deep. So, okay. What did I say here? Okay. These frequencies are inviting us to drop all pretenses to meet the mysteries of our own shadow without flinching. It's not light or airy work, it's soul work. And as I was writing this, it's like, and I was talking to a friend about the topic I was going to talk about today. It isn't this kind of airy, fairy kind of energy that we're working with, but it's definitely soul work. Let me just check in here. Okay. So when I was working with my students this week, so every month in my programs, I do a group psychic clairvoyant reading, and we go through a healing process with each of my 3 main year-long program groups. And this month, one of the it was like a symbol that really stood out for the students, seemed to appear in all 3 groups in their own kind of unique way. So Spirit showed me an image in the crown chakra, in your spiritual chakra, a golden Roman coin, Julius Caesar's face imprinted on it, frozen right in the middle of a big block of ice. Julius Caesar wanted everyone. He put his face on a coin so that you and everyone else would know that he was the ultimate dictator. I did not know this before I got the symbol. I had to go look it up. That coin represents ancient authority, the archetype of control and domination, the mental concept of having power over, but it's frozen and it's trapped in fear. That's what that ice is symbolically represents. So that means that humanity's collective relationship to power has been locked in the ice of that fear for centuries. And surrounding on the outside of the frozen coin, I saw another symbol. So a symbol is kind of like a light code where it's full of coded information on the inside of it. So I saw a symbol, a light code of a metal toolbox crammed with mental tools, mental metal tools, wrenches, hammers, screwdrivers, all vibrating with frantic mental energy. How many of you have frantic mental energy? The human mind, bless its earnestness, keeps trying to fix the frozen river of consciousness with a metal wrench. How many of you find yourselves trying to mentally figure out why things are happening, how they're happening? How are these people getting away with all of this stuff? How is it that I never knew this? What do I need to do? It's like, do I need to go for more walks and drink more water and meditate more? And, it's like you just think that this answer is going to drop in your lap. One thing I know about all this, it might feel big, but it reminds me of the Great Oz, in the Wizard of Oz, where you've got this big face and these big arms, and all of a sudden, Toto pulls the curtain back, and it's just one wee little person there. That's what I feel about these energies, but wow, they feel big and overpowering. So, as Stefan's saying, like, what can I do to fix it? Exactly. That's exactly what that metal box of tools represents. So the metal box crammed with mental tools, the human mind, bless its earnestness, keeps trying to fix that frozen river, but you can't repair a frozen river with a wrench. The ice must be allowed to melt. And that's where we are right now. This melting, it's really messy. It overfloods the banks. I mean, here in the United States, we have Utah that's just having these flash floods over and over and over again. And beneath it lies that discomfort. Beneath the discomfort lies movement, freedom, flow. All right. And Pluto, the archetype energy of Pluto direct in Aquarius, is like an X-ray to the collective mind. Aquarius rules systems. I'm an Aquarius. My sun sign's an Aquarius. I have most of my astrology is in Capricorn, but I love systems. So Aquarius rules systems. I love technology most of the time, and social structure, societal consciousness is my gig. And we rely on that. And Pluto reveals where power has been hoarded and distorted. And this unmasking of false authority, both globally and personally, we can see it right now in leadership, religion, even in spiritual. One moment, please. Oh, I had my paper on the wrong side. Mark. Frozen is how we walk on water. Isn't that the truth? A little ego there walking on top of that water. Okay. So, and even spiritual communities where people speak in the name of God or source or the creator, yet use the energy to manipulate rather than liberate. And this really came up in the readings I was doing for the group symbolically. In the name of God, I kept hearing that. Doing this in the name of God, in the name of God, in the name of God. And in our own lives, it's subtler. Our inner dictator who says, don't rock that boat. You better not rock the boat. You better not wake up that sleeping dragon. You better not stand out. You better just hug that back wall like a wallflower. Don't risk being wrong. because you might get attacked, by others. And that voice keeps your creative power frozen. But here's the medicine. Here's the healing. Once the ice starts to melt, you get to reclaim that gold. You realize that true leadership, divine leadership, is not domination, it's alignment. It's when the higher will flows naturally through a clear channel. All right, so let's just do a little dive with Scorpio. Hello, Miss Harold. So light enters the deepest water, and Scorpio loves to expose what's real. And with Neptune retrograde in Pisces, the fog lifts from our spiritual landscape, and the combination pulls the veil off of spiritual illusions. So remember, the blue light frequency, that's its dance card. It's like, let's just clear out this illusion, all illusions. We don't care what the illusion is. We don't care how important that illusion is to you. It's like, let's get rid of it. Let's uncover the purity of truth. And that's what that blue light frequency really helps with. So this combination pulls the veil off spiritual illusion, the power play in the name of God that has been happening for thousands of years. This didn't just happen yesterday. It asks us to discern what is an authentic connection and what is programming. And if you saw my piece of paper, I put a little big star by it. And for some, this can feel like spiritual delusionment. And this is really important. You want to align yourself with a teacher. If, of course, your higher self is your ultimate number one teacher. But if you choose to align with a teacher, you want one that you can resonate with. And if you don't resonate with them, that means you've just outgrown them. You resonated with them for a while and you've outgrown them. You also may feel like the belief systems that you once defined me are now restrictive. Or you may find that spiritual delusionment that is melting, the routines that kept me safe, suddenly they feel suffocating. So this is the part about being uncomfortable. It's a spiritual nervous system that's recalibrating after centuries of we have a lot of conditioning. I had no idea how much conditioning I had. And discomfort doesn't mean danger. It means depth. It means really dropping into the true depth of who you are and not being afraid to show it. So it means consciousness is learning how to breathe underwater. So let me talk about that little toolbox for a moment. But this is what I want you to remember: two things. You write it on your piece of paper, you can journal about it. Your soul, your spirit loves change. It loves it. The more things get shook up, it's just your higher self is like celebrating movement. And here's the thing about your higher self, your spirit. It's like, okay, that movement caused you pain. Okay, that movement caused you joy. Okay, that movement caused you frustration. Okay, this movement caused you anxiety. Okay, this movement caused a change in your relationships. All right, this movement brought new relationships. Your spirit doesn't care how it made you feel. It only cares that the energy's moving, and it only cares that you had an authentic feeling, because feeling is movement. So your spirit loves change, loves movement, loves watching the news going, how is my human counterpart going to handle this one? And then here's the thing about the body. It wants its routine. It wants to take its shower in the morning or at night. It likes to eat its comfort roast chicken. It likes to talk to their friend once a week. It likes to do laundry on Tuesdays and, rake the leaves on Thursdays. Your human body loves routine. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with routine. And as a matter of fact, it's really important that you create routine for your body. Why? So it can feel safe. It can feel like you're paying attention. But sometimes we get so comfortable in our routine that we don't want to get uncomfortable. And then your spirit's sitting up there kind of bored, like, come on, you can do it. Step out of your comfort zone. It's going to be a lot of fun. Guess what? You're going to have a feeling. We're going to wake your sleeping dragon. And so this is your inner battle that's going on. Let's just move off the table everybody else in the world, 7.5 billion people. Let's just talk about you. You get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it doesn't have to start in gigantic ways like I'm going to walk in and quit my job today. No, that's not how it goes. It's like you walk out the door and you turn right, even though every day you normally turn left. It's like mix it up, change your food, drink your water. So anyway, all right, I'm going to get off my little soapbox right now. It doesn't take much to just change your routine just a little bit. It's like, I love to wear the color red. And it was years ago, nobody wore red. Nobody. And so just putting on a red shirt, for example, that's kind of moving out of what might be, if you're a conservative dresser, what might be your comfort zone. So it doesn't have to be major. But if you do it little by little, then when you need to make a big master change, your body's like, okay, I can do it. I know you've got me. I know you support me. You've proven that you support me and that you're not going to stress me out and cause adrenaline rushes by constantly changing. But your spirit loves change. All right, so let's get back to the toolbox. Your mind's tools: logic, control, comparison, competition, has served you well. It's helped you to navigate your physical world. But here, the higher frequency coming in now can't be managed by the intellect alone. This is why, even if you don't feel like you have an intuitive bone in your body, it is rising to the surface, like cream to the top of milk. It's just a natural progression. It's not just a little weekend workshop. It's not just a little fun thing to toy with. This is reality. Your intuition is becoming your navigational system. And your mind is just not going to be able to think its way out of this one. It's just not going to be able to. It's like trying to download a quantum software update on a rotary phone. Do you remember what a rotary phone is? Where you have the receiver and you dial each number, right? So it would be like trying to take that quantum software and download it into a dial-up telephone. It's just not going to work like that anymore. You can't fix consciousness with force either. The higher mind awakens when the human mind softens. Let me say that again. Your higher mind, your higher self awakens and participates more in your life through intuition when your human mind can soften its grip. Just open up those fingers of control, let it go, surrender. When we stop fixing and start feeling, that's the uncomfortable part, letting the body tremble, cry, release, and trust that your emotions are also intelligence, right? I know you empaths out there, you know that your emotions are your sensitivities or your feelings are highly intelligent. So discomfort is not failure. Discomfort is the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming now. So what have I done here? Let me just see. I'm just looking at this when some biohacking's asking, which one of your videos is best for removing blocks and old programming? All of them. All of them are going to shake something loose to the top, but not all of my videos have meditations that go with them. But I don't know. I know there's almost 900 of them, but they're worth it to go through them. Okay. So many of you are feeling it in your head. How many of you have been having headaches? How many of you have been having pressure? How many of you felt buzzing around the head or buzzing in your body, buzzing around your feet? How many? I know you've been feeling fatigued and tired. This is your crown chakra melting the ice. So imagine you've got this big block of fear, and most people think they could feel, if I was afraid, I would know it. Wrong. No. Fear can be so compacted and so solid and so under wraps that you don't even know that it's there. It's kind of sneaky that way. For eons, your crown's been covered with fear-based programming, the belief that you must earn your divine love, that we are separate from the creator, that power belongs only to those chosen few. There's a lot of people that would like us to believe that. And it isn't like I believed that it was only for the chosen few. I just didn't, for some reason, maybe it's the block of ice, I just didn't even have the capacity to think about it until it was in my face. And it's in our face right now. So source is not hierarchical. It's not hierarchical, it's inclusive. And this, as the programming melts, as light begins to flow through your spiritual circuits, that's why so many of you are seeing more, hearing more, knowing more, feeling more. Your intuitive antenna is coming online. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Not sometimes, it's uncomfortable a lot. I have a lot of you that are joining my my private membership page on Facebook. It's called Intuition with Precision, if you want to look it up. And in there, I have questions, and that you agree, you know, to be kind and nice to each other. But there's questions. I read a good 80% of those when I can. And people are suffering. People are struggling, like really, really struggling. So your intuitive antenna is coming online. And yes, it's uncomfortable, but there's a lot of light that's moving through your nervous system right now. And your nervous system, built for survival, can feel really overwhelmed, but that's why we're learning how to ground and embody ourselves, breathe, and balance. So yesterday I was asking my students, how many of you, and I'm going to ask you all, how many of you want to awaken to your higher dimensional wisdom? Me. I do. How many of you are excited about becoming a light body, right? And you want the light body activation, the DNA activation, the light codes to bring the information and upgrade you to these higher frequencies. Me. I really want this. How many of you want to awaken to cosmic galactic knowledge? Oh, definitely me. All hands were flying up with my students. Everyone wants expansion. And then I asked the question, how many of you are willing to do what it takes to maintain the structure of your body, your human energy field? How many of you are willing to do what it takes to bring stability to your life so that your physical container and your life can hold all that light? And that's when things got really quiet. And it got quiet not because my students or you all aren't willing to put in the time, because you've been putting in the time. You have been doing a lot of work. But many of us are getting burned out. Like it feels like, we've invested, but there's not been a payout, like nothing's coming back. It can feel that way unless you really look back at your life 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 years ago. Then you can see where the payoff has been. But the reason why everybody kind of pondered before answering that is because the question really lands deeply inside of you. Because expansion is thrilling, but maintenance of your human energy field requires maturity. Because it requires, remember, that body loves to be comfortable. It requires consistency, hydration, rest, doing the quiet reflection every day. Setting boundaries is really uncomfortable. Self-care and being really honest with yourself. So it only took a couple of minutes for the students to say, okay, what does that really mean? Yeah, I'm ready to put in whatever is required. And I told them, clear that table off of all the things that you think are number one priorities right now, because walking and meditating, those should move to the top of your list. So discomfort, it's not a punishment, it's a refinement. And when gold is heated up, so now we're going to melt that ice in the meditation. You're going to get that coin. And when you want to melt down that coin with Julius Caesar's face on the front of it about the ultimate dictator, we're going to melt that down and use it to our benefit. There's going to be impurities in the gold that are going to rise to the surface to be skimmed off the top. So the impurities rise to the surface, not to shame the gold, but to purify it. And this is what Pluto and Neptune are doing for us, turning up the heat. So the hidden distortions can rise and be skimmed away. And there's a lot of distortion that is rising to the surface. So remember, you're not broken, you're not being punished, you're not lost, you are being found. You are not all darkness, you are just mid-transformation. And as the collective crown of ice melts, humanity is going to rediscover that divine power, it really truly means cooperation, coherence, and compassion. So, my friends, if you're feeling restless, uncertain, emotional, stretched, then good. That's a good sign. It's a really good sign, because it means what? Energy's moving. And that's all your spirit wants. Move that energy. And don't try to rush to fix it. We're so fast. We have a problem. We want to get a solution. Some things take cooking time. You can't just put a cake in the oven and pull it back out again and hope that it's going to be done, or a roast. Some things just need a few days, a few weeks, a few months to kind of unfold. So don't rush to fix it. Don't reach for the mental wrench. Just breathe and let the frozen river melt at its own pace. Because as it melts, this gold coin of divine leadership, the spark of the source within you, will begin to shine. Remember, you were made for this time. I know people say this all the time. I know that we're probably getting really tired of hearing it. Go deep. What's under the hood of your car is a really strong engine. Don't you forget that. You are strong enough to hold as much light as your spirit wants to give you. You've got this. Yep. A flower takes time to blossom. But the way that I see it, we're we're blossoming into very strong flowers. Let me just put it that way. Very strong flowers. Thank you, Pamela, saying I'm really on fire. I was reflecting, and we're going to get into the meditation, but part of this is there was a couple of months ago, and I was talking about this fall, like things were going to be uncomfortable. I had people like, don't kill the messenger. I could tell you it's going to be just peachy peachy with lots of cream on top, but that isn't the truth. Right now, that's what we're trying to get through. We're trying to get through to that clarity and that truth inside of us and to bring inner peace and calm. And we might have to crack a few nuts to get to the edible parts in the center, right? So that was part of it. And the other part was I was remembering not that long ago, like 6 or 7 years ago, if somebody wasn't happy with me, I felt bad. If somebody didn't like how I was teaching, I would change my teaching style a little bit, not a lot. But I really wanted to, I thought that by not compromising, maybe it's compromising, maybe it's bending, but I thought that would shift us back into a harmonious state. Okay, I can give a little, you can give a little, we'll be in harmony. And guess what I'm learning? That's just BS. This is I just learned I was saying BS and then I said belief systems and I was like, "Oh, that has the same initials." I had a belief system that if we all just cooperate together, everyone will be happy and harmonious, and that is a belief system that I was holding as the truth, but it's one big fat lie. So, let's do a meditation. Let's clear some fear and let's bring in gold. So normally I work a lot with the blue frequency in the past few years. Today we're going to work with that alchemical gold, that liquid gold frequency, but you can switch to any other color frequency. And thank you. Accommodating is the perfect word. Thank you for that. People pleasing is another good word. Okay. Let me find. Oh, I found my meditation. So I hope that you can stay for the meditation. However, if you can't, you can always come back and listen to the meditation later. And then every Tuesday, my editor will put the meditation to music. So if you particularly like it, just know on Tuesdays, it's always released with music in the background. So you can repeat it as often as you wish. So let's, oh my God, Marissa, doormat. Okay, in this guided meditation, it's called Becoming Comfortable with Being Uncomfortable. Allow yourself to get settled, whether you're laying in the bed or sitting in a chair or sitting on the floor in your car, or maybe you're just sitting out in nature. And begin first when you take a nice deep breath, when you inhale through the nose, through your sinuses, it helps to calm that major vagus nerve. It does start calming the body. So to inhale through the nose and then exhale any stress or tension out through the mouth. And repeat this several times. Feel yourself really land in your body. Just see about just going a little deeper below the diaphragm with your consciousness. Can you feel the seat of the weight of your body in the chair or on the bed or floor in the car? Let your body settle, your shoulders soften, and your breath deepen. Imagine gentle waves of energy flowing down from your crown chakra. It can also come from the creator, from the divine. This very gentle, very light. We will go back and visit the ice block. That very gentle, light, golden frequency is going to flow all the way down through the top of your head, down through your feet. And let's let some of that gentle golden frequency flow all the way down. And let's share some with Mother Earth. With each inhale, you welcome calm, inner peace, neutrality. With each exhale, release stress, tension, expectations, and thoughts about your day. Allow your consciousness to guide this golden frequency to flow all the way down to the center of the earth, melting any tension that may be stored in the earth. Now imagine golden roots kind of expanding off of the area of your hips. Your legs are a root system. You've got roots coming out of the bottom of your feet. You have hundreds of roots. Some are really gigantic and some are teeny tiny, like mycelium. And allow your root system, your glowing gold root system, connect to the crystalline heart of Gaia, of Mother Earth. Now feel Mother Earth share that warm, kind of comforting, cozy energy of earth energy traveling up your root system, kind of an exchange of energy up your legs, up your spine, anchoring you safely into this present moment. You are grounded. Now bring your awareness, lift your awareness upward to the top of your head, your crown chakra. Imagine a gentle sphere of light hovering above the top of your head. And inside this golden sphere of light, you begin to see an image forming. It's a gold Roman coin, brilliant, but it's trapped inside a block of ice. You can see the outline of the powerful face, an emperor, a ruler, frozen in time, representing the old archetypes of control, dominance, and the fear of misusing divine power. As you gaze upon it, or maybe you don't see it, but you can feel it, sense it, and know it, let yourself for a moment feel and experience this weight of history. The weight of the old collective belief systems, religious programming, and the weight of your mental mind's need and addiction to know and fix everything. All of this energy crystallizes here, forming the ice that dulls your spiritual antenna. Take a slow, deep breath and whisper, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I am ready to release and melt the ice of fear. Now, above your head is called the crown chakra, the spiritual chakra. Call in, or kind of imagine and pretend you're opening the tap. You're bringing in a stronger flow of this golden frequency of alchemy, of transformation. Enhance the flow, pouring in this liquid golden light, pure, intelligent, and loving. It streams over this large block of ice, gently, gently melting it. As this golden frequency touches the ice, you might hear through your clairaudience soft little cracks, the sound of old energy releasing and thawing. This is not a forceful melt. It's gentle, it's rhythmic, it's kind. but it's not shying away. It's relentless. It's determined. As it melts away the density of old karmic patterns, old belief systems, old behavioral conditioning that says, stay small and you'll always be safe. That may be a belief system that you've held as a truth, but it's a lie and it's ready to melt away. You may feel cooling sensations on your head or warm sensations. You may feel subtle tingling on your scalp. Allow it, because this is your energetic circuitry that is awakening. This beautiful golden elixir is rinsing down through the top of your head, through the temples, behind your eyes, through your eyes, clearing mental fog, melting mental overthinking. It flows through your body and down your nervous system to help calm your nervous system. Now, within your mental field, you notice that you have a metal mental toolbox filled with wrenches, hammers, screwdrivers, all symbolizing mental effort, all the mental effort that you invest in every part of your day. These are all the ways your mind has tried to fix spirituality, to fix awakening, to fix your emotions, to fix you. As this shimmering golden frequency moves through the toolbox, it begins to soften this metal, turning it to soft gold. You're not wrong or bad, you're simply ready to serve a higher purpose. Whisper to yourself out loud or in your head, I release today the need to fix. I welcome the wisdom to feel. The tools lift gently up out of the box, transmuting into golden rays of higher understanding and light. Spiraling upward, integrating with your crown chakra, upgrading the intellect into your higher intuition, turning your mind into light radiance. And let yourself know in your own words, translate in your own way, my intuitive guidance spiritually leads me beyond fixing to a state of inner calm and clarity. I'm placing my trust in my higher self, my relationship with the Creator, the faith and divine hands, knowing that the next step is waiting for me to make my first move. When you're ready, you can go ahead and start to move and stretch your body around. Take a nice deep breath in and really absorb the gratitude, just having gratitude for your higher self, your spirit, gratitude for your body and all the ways that it has carried you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And can you be comfortable with being uncomfortable? We're getting there. This fall is moving very, very, very quickly. Time seems to really be speeding up. And so I really let myself enjoy those times where it feels like it's stretching and slowing down a bit. But remember, we are part of the collective. We are creating the collective. We are dissolving our own dictator, our own inner dictator. And in that, we're dissolving that dictator out of the collective as well. And it's not always going to be comfortable. So I look forward to having you join me at the Clear, Calm, Spirit-led workshop that I'm having next week. And I'll see you again live next Thursday, where I'll be talking about the November frequency forecast. You will definitely want to click that button to subscribe and get the reminder, because it's going to be a good one. All right, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.